a consensus 5-star player across almost all of, not even almost, all of the recruiting sites. Jackson Arnold has won the Gatorade National Player of the Year award, and this is big for Oklahoma going forward, and we kind of have to talk about it. But before we do that, please go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below about Jackson Arnold. Are you guys excited to see Jackson Arnold in an OU uniform? And that might be a stupid question because I think all of you guys are. So Jackson Arnold won the Gatorade National Player of the Year award after a pretty stellar career down there at Denton Guyer. In his career down there at Denton Guyer, he went 28-3 in 2 seasons as a starter and compiled over 7,000 passing yards and 67 touchdowns with 8 interceptions. That's an 8.4 to 1 ratio. He also rushed for about 1,580 yards and 36 touchdowns his junior and senior seasons, leading Denton Guyer High School to a 2021 Texas 6A Division II state championship appearance and 2022 semifinal showing. Definitely not the ending to the season this year that they wanted, but hey, you know what? He gets to save himself a little bit and get ready for the upcoming college football season. This senior season, though, he threw for 3,476 yards, 33 touchdowns against just 2 interceptions as a senior, and he had 921 rushing yards and 24 touchdowns. Hey, here's the deal. He picked OU over Alabama, Arkansas, Notre Dame, Arkansas, and numerous other schools. Jackson Arnold is going to be a superstar for Oklahoma going forward, and he won the Gatorade National Player of the Year award over the likes of Arch Manning and Malachi Nelson. Mind you, Malachi Nelson at one point was committed to Oklahoma, but decommitted and followed Lincoln Riley out to USC. But ultimately, Oklahoma fans should feel good about this because where once, yes, you did have Malachi Nelson and his buddy Zachariah Branch, but you might have the better quarterback going forward in this recruiting class with Jackson Arnold, because Jackson Arnold was showing out in the Under Armour All-American game, and you would expect that even though the 247 composite rankings have him at number 7 and the 247 sports rankings have him at number 11 overall, you would expect that after the Under Armour All-American game, that Jackson Arnold is only going to increase his stock and increase his ranking going forward. And for an Oklahoma team that had Lincoln Riley completely just get up and ditch them in the middle of the night and break up with them, which, I mean, let's be honest, that was a bad divorce. A lot of people were writing Oklahoma off as if they were never going to be able to recruit a highly touted quarterback like Jackson Arnold ever again. But this staff has proven time and time again at other places and here at Oklahoma that they are able to recruit guys and get them to commit as 3 or 4-star guys and then ultimately find a diamond in the rough. Because when Jackson Arnold originally committed to Oklahoma, he was a 4-star guy. This was not a 5-star guy across all of the recruiting sites. But ultimately, Jackson Arnold continued to blossom and show out in 2022 and show you why he was one of the top 5, maybe even a top 3 quarterback in the nation. Now, personally, in my opinion, we've talked about this many times. I don't even think Arch Manning is the best quarterback in this class. I would definitely put Malachi Nelson at number 1. Now, I think you could easily swap Malachi Nelson or Jackson Arnold, but I'd put Dante Moore right now. I've moved him in number 3. I originally had him at number 2. I've moved Jackson Arnold into that spot. But Dante Moore, he is an incredibly matured quarterback, and I think a guy that is going to be able to lead UCLA to tenured success while he has his tenure in career there at UCLA. Additionally, I have Nico at number 4, and then at number 5, I actually have Jaden Rashada, who, listen, that's a whole saga all on its own and drama, but we'll talk about that. And then I have Arch coming in at number 6. But Oklahoma's got themselves their quarterback of the future, and they might even have another one committing in 2024 with Michael Hawkins. And you would have to expect that, hey, Michael Hawkins sits out. You know, by the time Jackson Arnold goes to the draft, you're going to have another stellar quarterback there. And one thing that we've seen with this specific offensive staff is they're going to recruit a quarterback every single year, regardless of who they have on this team, because you have to have depth. You have to stack these rooms, and you have to be prepared for the future. So Jackson Arnold, he brings a lot to this team, and he really helped stabilize the recruiting class when it was pretty much in shambles. Him and Joshua Bates. And ultimately, Jackson Arnold brings his buddy Peyton Bowen, the 5-star safety. Now, we're not able to get Landon Sides here, but I'm still convinced that, hey, maybe down the road, through the transfer portal, Oklahoma could land Landon Sides. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one as Oklahoma needs wide receivers down the road. So go ahead, jump down the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about Jackson Arnold. Are you guys excited to see this man suit up in an Oklahoma uniform? But listen, I know you guys might be excited to see him this next year. Dillon Gabriel is still on this team. And Jackson Arnold, I think, understands the importance of sitting behind a tenured quarterback his first year and learning the system, regardless if the systems are similar. Now, if you're forced into that position because DG gets hurt, that's fine. But you also don't want your true freshman quarterbacks to start right away. I see the point in Trevor Lawrence and all of these points that you guys try to make. Jackson Arnold is not Trevor Lawrence. He's not Baker Mayfield. He's not Kyler Murray. He's not these guys. So do not compare him. Let him be Jackson Arnold. And here's the deal. Back your quarterback in Dillon Gabriel. Give Dillon Gabriel the benefit of the doubt that he needed another year to shake off the rust from having a fractured left clavicle. That's not a small injury, guys. It's a pretty big injury. So, Jackson Arnold, the Oklahoma quarterback of the future. And listen, I'm going to be working on potentially getting some NIL stuff going with Jackson Arnold. So, hey, you guys can share that as well, that he needs to come on the PG show because we need to get some NIL going with Jackson Arnold. So go ahead, jump down the comments below. Let me know what y'all think. Stay tuned for more content, guys. I know the season's wrapped up. We're about to wrap up early National Signing Day, but there's still lots to cover and lots to talk about, and we're going to be covering it all. So if there's something specific that you guys want me to cover during the off season, drop it down in the comments and let me know. I will cover it at some point or another. If there's a player you want to see for an interview, drop it down in the comments. I will do everything I can to try to get that player on. It's not easy sometimes, but I can definitely try. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Boomer.